What's up? I'm Tyler. Okay, before we get started, there's something that I have to show you. Okay, have you guys ever seen this before where there's a person that looks like their pet? All right, this guy, for example, this, or these with their sailor hats. Don't let a dog drive a boat. It's not okay. Dogs can't do that. Anyway, I think this actually has something to do with what we're talking about today. See, today I want to talk about the things that we can do to develop a deep faith with God. And people that look like their pets kind of had something to do with it, because the people that we spend so much time with, eventually we actually start to look and act a lot like them. Have you ever noticed whenever you hear about someone's journey towards knowing God, you always hear them talk about a relationship? I don't mean their relationship with God. I mean their relationship with another living human person. Maybe that's been true for you. If you consider yourself a Christian, maybe you'd say it was your mom or your dad or your grandparent that told you about Jesus for the first time. Maybe it was the dog that was captaining your ship. Probably wasn't. Okay, maybe you had a friend who invited you to church. Maybe you had a small group leader who really helped you figure out what you believe. Or maybe someone you don't even know at all made their way into your story simply because the way they live inspired you in some way. And even if you're not sure about what you believe about all this God stuff, I bet you can at least name one person in your life who does believe. And I bet there's something about the way that they live their life. For me, that person is my friend Charlie. I'll show you a picture. He's actually on a plane right now, so he doesn't know I'm talking about him. Guys, I don't have a picture of my best friend. I'm going to his Facebook. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry. Is there no reception in here? Are we using dial-up? Okay, I found it. Okay. Okay, this is my friend Charlie. And Charlie was that kind of friend for me. He's the wisest, kindest, most patient person I know. So the day after I had a really bad breakup, Charlie just invited me to cut down a tree with him with an axe, which is the worst way to cut down a tree, in case you were wondering. And you probably think, yeah, that sounds dangerous and not that much fun. But okay, the thing is, Charlie knew exactly what I needed. And what I needed in that moment was just a friend to be there for me, to cut down a tree with. You've probably crossed paths with somebody like that too. The way they treat people, the way they carry themselves, the way that they act, it looks different to you. There's something about them that's appealing. Either way, whoever it is who's shown up in your story, there's one thing I know for sure. I bet you're sitting here right now because of somebody who made a difference in your life. And I think that's pretty cool because that's how God designed it. God uses people to grow our faith. So what does that mean for us? Do we have to sit around and wait for somebody to come into our lives? What if we look around at our friends and family and think, Is that Charlie? So what does that mean for us? Do we have to sit around and just wait for someone like that to come into our lives? What if we look around at our family and our friends and think, I don't know anybody who wants to help me grow in my faith? Are we just supposed to hope and pray that we make the right friends or meet the right group of people? Do we just hope to find a small group leader who wants to help us or guide us? Or is there something more we can do? For starters, I think we can be wise about who we listen to. We can be careful about the people we let influence us. Our friends, parents, teachers, coaches, anybody else. Because just like the right people can move our faith in the right direction, the wrong people can move our faith in the wrong direction. In other words, relationships are powerful. How do I know? How do I know? Okay, well, there's a lot of examples in the Bible where relationships made a big difference in a positive and in a negative way. And there's a verse in Proverbs I want to look at. Now, Proverbs is found in the Old Testament, which is the part of the Bible written before Jesus came to earth. Now, the cool thing about the book of Proverbs is that this guy named Solomon wrote a lot of it. Now, if you haven't heard of Solomon before, let me tell you a little bit about him. Solomon was a king, which is pretty cool if you ask me. How awesome would it be to be a king? More coffee! More coffee! Jess? Okay, I'm just kidding. I'd be a terrible king. But he's also known, I gotta stop saying but he was also known to be the wisest man who lived at the time. He had a reputation for giving really good, wise, solid advice to people. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like the kind of guy I definitely want to listen to. Now, let's take a look at one of the things he said about relationships. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Pretty simple, huh? Solomon basically said that we have a choice of what kind of person we want to be. One who hangs out with the wise, people who make good, healthy decisions, or one who rolls with the fools? Fools. People who lack good judgment and make not so great decisions. For me, I want to be wise, and I think most of you do too. And Solomon said that if we want to be wise, then we have to walk with the wise. We have to spend time with the kind of people who help us pursue a deeper faith, the kind of people who make us better. Because if we don't, well, we risk letting our lives be influenced by fools. You don't have to be a Christian for this idea to help you. This is true for any of us. The people you choose to spend time with will affect your life. So if you want to move in a better direction, hang out with people who want the same thing. Negative influences will impact you in a negative way. But just like the wrong people can affect someone's life in a harmful way, the right people can impact our lives in a positive and big way. Do you remember what we've been saying? God uses people to grow our faith. Remember that story I told you about Charlie? When I look back, I see how God allowed my life to intersect with his life. Not just him, but so many other people who have had something different and important to teach me about faith as well. In their own way, they all shaped my view of God and helped my faith grow deeper. They changed me. God uses people to grow our faith. And because of that, who you spend time with matters. Who you let influence your life matters. Who you listen to matters. So you may be thinking, okay, I get that, but what do I do? What do I do about the relationships in my life? How can I make sure that the right people are influencing me? Where can I find a dog that has its own sailboat? I think you can start by doing these 3 things. First, identify the people you're already spending time with. Who are the friends you hang out with the most? Who are the people you listen to? Who are you turning to for advice? Who are the people you know are influencing your life for better or for worse? Then ask yourself this: are these people helping you be wise, or are they encouraging you to be foolish? Second, identify the people who you know will help you grow. Think about people you know who are wise. Think about the people you know at school, at home, on your team, at your church, or in your community who live their lives in a way that you want to live your life. Even if it's only one person, identify someone you know who could help you grow deeper in your faith. Hint, your small group leader is a great one. Third, take a step toward a relationship. Whoever it is in your life you know can help you grow deeper in your faith, this week, take one step closer toward building a relationship with that person. If it's someone at school, maybe sit with them at lunch or invite them over your house to hang out. If it's an adult in your life, maybe just shoot them a text, asking them to chat with you sometime. There will come a point when life gets confusing or hard, and I can tell you it does. I mean, I'm 26 and I'm definitely still confused about some things. How do they make soap? Sorry. It's important to have someone who not only knows what's going on, but is also there to help you walk through it. Okay, so lately I've been learning a lot about scuba diving. And when scuba diving, it's always a good idea to have a buddy with you at all times. Did you know that? Scuba diving buddies are so important that they even created hand signals to help you and your buddy communicate underwater. Let me teach you something. Okay, this means okay. The opposite of that, and this is not a good one. This means not okay. That is not a signal you want to give while scuba diving. Another one, and I think this is crazy. This means buddy up. There's even a hand signal to tell you how important it is to find your buddy while scuba diving. See, when you're scuba diving, you need to have a buddy to keep you safe, to guide you, to give you a helping hand when it's needed. And it's the same thing for our day-to-day lives. If we want to go deeper in our faith, we need someone to offer wisdom, support, and encouragement. Whether it's a big decision or a painful mess, you'll want to know that someone wise is just a text message away. That's why your small group leader is such a great place to start. They're ready, willing, waiting, and wise enough to help you grow deeper in your faith during any season of your life. Okay, now, time out. Maybe you're wondering if this means you can't be friends with someone if they get into trouble a lot or believe different things than you do. Let me answer that for you. No, that's not what it means. Of course you can be friends with people who think differently, who believe differently, who act differently than you. You should. Maybe they need a friend in their life who can help them grow. But you gotta be honest with yourself. Is that person influencing you, or are you influencing them? Is your relationship with that person hurting or helping your faith? Remember, God uses people to grow our faith. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with at least one person who can do that for you. So what do you all think? Who is one person who influences your life for the better?